Hey, well, everybody, of course, welcome back to another episode of the Sports Plug with my very special guest, as always, that man Dooley. How you doing, boss?
Hey, I'm good. I'm good, man. Good morning, everybody.
Unfortunately, today, my co-host Ishmael will not be on today. Unfortunately, he has some family things he have to deal with, so let's please make sure we pray for him and his family for this time at this moment. Of course, if you are a first-time listener or coming back for more NFL sports talk, please make sure you like and share on Facebook and also on YouTube. Please make sure you subscribe to the Sports Plug. And we are, as always, streaming on Twitch on the Sports Plug. All right, with that being said, Dooley, hey, we're here, my guy. NFL Divisional Round. You know,
Man,
this is now these are the real games. We're not in wild card weekend anymore. These are the big dogs. The last 8 teams left, and for us to go into these divisional round matchups, are there any surprises so far that you see matchup wise before we get into the matchups, Dooley?
um, honestly, man, you can't get this far and call anything a surprise. You know what I mean? It's like any team that's in this round, any team that made it to this weekend, I'm just gonna have to say to myself, they deserve to be there. So I really can't say a surprise. The only surprise, in my opinion, would be the Cleveland Browns. They weren't supposed to be there, but they are. You know.
I think a lot of people can definitely agree on you when it comes to that, mainly because a lot of people didn't think that they would be able to duplicate what they did in Week 17 against the Steelers playing in Pittsburgh, which is definitely understandable. With them being able to get that monkey off their back, is that something maybe that they can carry over into Kansas City, though?
Man, to be honest, listen, the only thing they're going to have to do, I mean, they're going to have to do a lot of things. But first and foremost, they're going to have to run the football, give Nick Chubb the ball, give Kareem Hunt the ball. You got to keep the ball out of Mahomes' hands. That's step one. So if the Cleveland Browns do not win time of possession, the chances of winning this game are slim, like real slim. Also, the turnover battle. They have to win the turnover battle as well. Good luck on picking Mahomes off because it rarely happens. Hopefully you can make Le'Veon fumble a few times. Who knows? One of those receivers, something of that nature. Your chances of doing something like that are higher. You know what I mean?
Well, I'll speak for my boy Ish because since he's not here, he will tell you they ain't got to worry about Le'Veon. They're not going to be playing Le'Veon like that. It's going to be Clyde Edward Hilaire on that toting the rock. So let's go ahead and get right into the first game on Saturday, 3:35, which is about 6 hours from now. Rams, Packers. What are you most looking forward to in this game, Dooley?
Well, first I want to tell the people I thought about this long. I thought about all these games long and hard. Okay. Now, when it comes to this game, the most important factor is Aaron Donald, ladies and gentlemen. What he did last week in Seattle, what he did was single handedly disrupt the whole Seahawks offense. This man has the power to disrupt this Packers offense. Okay, so Aaron Rodgers' front seven better do their thing, blocking and all. Because when I tell you Aaron Donald is coming, ladies and gentlemen. With all that being said, I have the Green Bay Packers winning this ball game 35-24 because they're just not going to be able to stop Aaron Rodgers and this dominant offense, okay? And if they did, once again, we got to remove Aaron Rodgers out that GOAT talk because he has not been producing. Okay, so
Okay.
Rodgers, here we are again. Another year for you to produce, another year for you to prove yourself. Honestly, I think they should be the favorites to win the Super Bowl. One of them.
It's funny that you bring up this GOAT talk when it comes to quarterback wise because that's something we will get into very, 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 very shortly when it comes to the Bucks and the Saints game. And for you to throw in Aaron Rodgers in that mix, I find it very highly disrespectful, but I respect your opinion because it is true. If you want to be in that realm of being the GOAT, you have to have a little bit more accolades to bring to the resume to say, hey, This is the reason why I'm the GOAT. All right, let's give a quick shout out to Ishmael Sirian. He says, Chiefs.
Nice.
Appreciate you
Nice.
for tuning in, Ishmael. And let's also remind everybody, this is a game that features the number one defense versus the number one offense. And history usually favors the number one defense in these type of games, mainly because defense is what wins games, correct? Or wins championships. I apologize. Offense wins games, defense wins championships. So with that being said, like you said about the Rams, they were able to make Russell Wilson look normal. And that's very hard for defenses to do, is to make Russell Wilson like play like he did in college, just look flustered. And I haven't seen him do that since maybe his rookie year playing with the Seahawks. So I think if the Rams are able to get past the code and mentally get past that, because they're coming from LA and going and playing in Green Bay, maybe they can pull off the upset. Maybe. And with that being said, they maybe can, but I am not picking them to win this game. At the moment, it is a clean sweep with all three of us picking the Packers to win this game. Randy also says Ish is a genius. Chiefs by 1. I don't know about genius. I will say he is a smart guy, but we don't know about genius. But is there anything else you want to talk about this game before we head on to the next one there, Dooley?
Oh, well, actually, there is one more thing. I'm curious to see what Devontae Adams is going to do today. You know, Devontae Adams is a player that could single-handedly win the game for the Green Bay Packers if he gets the ball in the right positions. You know, a lot of people have not given him his big-time receiver credit, in my opinion.
I think a lot of people, the reason why they don't do that is because they say he has Aaron Rodgers.
Right. So this is a game for him to shove it up everybody's, you know what, get Devontae the ball so the kid can make a name for himself, you know?
Another quick tidbit as well. This is the first time in playoff history two coaches under 35 have met in a playoff game. The last time that happened was 1970 with Don Shula and John Madden. So with that being said, who knows? Maybe these coaches are going to be around for a little bit. You know, a lot of people had some speculations with LaFleur and also McVay. But at the moment, the proof is in the pudding. And speaking of proof in the pudding, finally, the Lamar Jackson Ravens finally got over their hump and by beating the Tennessee Titans last week and securing Lamar Jackson's first playoff win. This is the real game, though. This Ravens versus Bills, this is the game, not just for Lamar, but for also Josh Allen. Both of these quarterbacks being the class of 2018 and being picked after Baker Mayfield, who, of course, we will talk about very shortly. This is a very important game to prove, especially for Lamar Jackson, to prove everybody that y'all don't know what y'all talking about. And also for Josh Allen to prove to everybody that I am as good as y'all keep on saying that I am. So, with that being said, dude, I'm going to go ahead and throw it to you. Okay. I apologize. Are we disrespecting Buffalo by saying that Lamar, because of his MVP accolades and because of him, of course, winning last week? I see a lot of people just taking the Ravens and saying that it's going to be an easy win for the Ravens. But do you feel like the Bills have enough to compete with the Ravens?
Absolutely. The Bills have one of the top offenses in the NFL. I have the Bills actually playing a great game. Now, listen, a lot of people may be going for the Ravens, but I think a lot of people are going for the Bills too, based off the season they had. Josh Allen had about, 38 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. Hell of a season, okay? But going back to that draft, first of all, let me just be honest with you. None of those there were 5 quarterbacks in that draft that were taken in the top 10. 6 were taken in the first round. As you know, Lamar, let me tell the people, Lamar was picked number 30 to the Baltimore Ravens that year. Lamar is just as good, if not better, than any other quarterback in that draft. And so far in their young careers, Lamar's the only MVP. Not one of them. Darnold, Allen, who else? I can't even name half of them because they just don't matter.
You have Baker Mayfield, you have Josh Rosen, You also have Josh Allen.
Right.
So, I mean, again, I understand where you're coming from. The joke on Baker Mayfield is that he has more commercials than he has playoff wins. So it's going to be very interesting to see how this game go. A quick little fun fact: Buffalo is 11-3 in home playoff games in team history in the playoffs. So that's something to watch out for as well too. Another quick fun fact as well. This came out earlier this week. Lamar Jackson said himself, quote, "I've never played in the snow before, so if I do play, this will be the first time that I've played in the snow," unquote. And if that is the case, if it is snowy, I don't think that it will affect him that much because they are mostly a running type of team. But if you have played in the snow before, let's just say his hand gets stepped on or his hand is something happens to his arm or whatever it is, it will affect him the rest of the game. So I'm very interested to see what happens with Lamar and that offense if they have to make adjustments in the snow.
No, absolutely. To be honest with you, this game is, going back to last week, the Baltimore Ravens are going to have to win time of possession again. Now, the question is, if it snows, is that more on the Ravens side as the running football team or the home team? Because let's not forget, Baltimore is not as cold as a place as like Buffalo, but Baltimore is
It's cold. It's cold.
Place. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So I feel like the Ravens, the weather isn't going to affect them too much. And the weather, matter of fact, will be on their side. If Josh Allen can't throw the ball, that diminishes the Bills' chances if all they have to do is run the football.
All right. Well, temperature check at the moment, it will be later on tonight, will be a 33-degree weather with a little bit, I guess, partly cloudy at the time. The sun will be down, but I don't think it's going to affect Josh Allen the way that you think is going to. Let's remember, he played at Wyoming. He's played in Buffalo for the last 3 years now. I don't think it's going to affect him the way that you think it's going to affect him. And to be honest with you, he also throws better balls than Lamar, so I don't think it's going to affect him like that. So let's go ahead and get into picks right quick. Like I said, unfortunately, Ish isn't here, but he left us his picks. Ish and Dooley are going with the Ravens. I'm going to go ahead and go with maybe the upset, maybe the right pick. I don't know. But the Bills are favored at 2.5. I'm going to go ahead and go with the Bills at home until they prove me wrong. I'm going to go ahead and stick with the Bills. And another tidbit to throw out on this game as well. Both teams are coming in with a hefty win streak. The Ravens are coming in with a 6-game win streak. The Bills are coming in on a 7-game win streak. Something's going to have to give. Right? So we're going to have to wait and see how this one pans out. All right. This game right here, I think, is a very, very interesting matchup, and I think it's going to be the most interesting game to watch besides the Bucs and Saints. It's the Browns and Chiefs. Dude, I'm going to go ahead and throw it out to you right quick. Are we really disrespecting the Browns like that and just saying that they just have no chance in this game?
Absolutely not. We see what the Cleveland Browns are about. For God's sakes, let's talk about the second half against Pittsburgh. The Pittsburgh Steelers scored about 30 points in the second half. If it wasn't for their lackluster first half, the Steelers would have won that game by a mile. If it wasn't for their lackluster first half. But
we don't know that. We don't know that. If was a fifth, we'll all be drunk.
Yeah, okay. So, but all of these are ifs for right now. Everything we're guessing right now, So when it comes to this game right now, the Browns could win, but I don't feel like we're disrespecting them because we know the power of the Chiefs. Okay, everybody that watches football understands they have the best offense in the game, way better than what Big Ben is doing over there. So that was really my point. If you guys can't stop Big Ben and the Pittsburgh Steelers, you're not going to stop Pat Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs. Let's just call it what it is, So what? They put up 37 on 37? If they put up 37, the Chiefs are putting up 50. I don't see Baker Mayfield putting up 50. I'm just going to be honest.
First of all, you're being very disrespectful to the Cleveland Browns. I agree with you when it comes to they put up a lot of points, and they probably shouldn't have put up that many points against that Steelers team, especially being up 28-0 in the first quarter. But we also do know as well, in professional sports, respectfully wise, they don't blow each other out. They make it a game. They try to make sure that they have some type of, I guess you can say, good feeling about themselves that we didn't blow y'all by 50. The only people that do that anymore, or that used to do that, of course, was, Belichick to teach somebody a lesson. But respectfully, in the NFL, it's not college. College, you'll see 75-point blowouts and they don't care. NFL, I understand that the Cleveland Browns probably didn't finish pretty, but they got the job done. And that's all that matters. So we just have to wait and see with what they bring into Arrowhead game plan wise. Because like you said, Dooley, if they're able to run the ball and not cause turnovers but create turnovers, we know it's the Chiefs have been beaten at home before. Let's not act like the Chiefs are invincible in Arrowhead. So we just there's a lot of what if, man. I want y'all to pay attention to this game because I think it could go real ugly. The Chiefs could say, forget everybody what y'all talking about with the Browns. They are as fake as we think that they are. Or the Browns could keep themselves in this game into the fourth quarter and maybe make this an upset. And with that being said, we're going to go ahead and all pick the Chiefs in this game because the way I look at Patrick Mahomes, until somebody beats him, hey, I got to go with you right now, boss. That's how you feel on that one too, Dooley?
Yes, sir.
All right. I know Ish out there. I know he feels the exact same way. And this matchup, the Bucs and the Saints, Dooley, I think this one is one of those matchups that we'll look back 5 years from now and might have to shed a little tear because this might be the last game for Drew Brees if they lose this game. Because reports are saying that Drew Brees is expected to retire and join NBC Broadcasting. So with that being said, with the GOAT versus GOAT talk with Tom Brady and Drew Brees, if Drew Brees lose this game, is the GOAT talk thrown away and out of the window when it comes to Drew Brees?
Well, first and foremost, the GOAT talk is already out the window. Drew Brees has no chance of being the best quarterback of all time. Okay, he had a chance years ago. He's always been a great quarterback, but he has not produced enough wins to be ranked over Sir Thomas Brady. The only person in the league right now that has a chance to be better than Brady is Mahomes, maybe Rodgers if he can squeeze out 2 or 3 more rings, which I doubt. It's before he retires. You had all this time, Rodgers. You had all this time, Breeze. You only got 1 ring apiece to show for it, okay? And your time's almost up. But Mahomes, he has a chance of being the greatest of all time, But anyways, man, this is a great matchup. Honestly, in my opinion, this is what you call the matchup of the weekend, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, this is going to be the best game this weekend because nobody knows what to expect. Everybody's over. A lot of people out here keep talking about the New Orleans Saints, okay, and how they beat them in the season, this, that. But guess what, ladies and gentlemen? Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are going to go to New Orleans for blood. They're going to go to New Orleans to win, not to lose. Okay, so I got Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers winning this ball game, and it's going to be a high-scoring ball game. They're going to have to put up 45 points just to beat Drew Brees and the New Orleans Saints. Okay.
Now let's also remind everybody that's watching out there, the Saints did sweep the Buccaneers in the regular season. The last team to be able to sweep their division rival and also beat them again for a third time to go to the Super Bowl was Tennessee Titans when they beat the Jacksonville Jaguars in 1999. So with that being said, it's very unlikely for you to beat the team that you beat 3 times in a season. But there have been times, and I talked to my guy Adrian Lunsford a couple of days ago when he was playing. He said he lost to a team 4 times in one season. He said he played them the 4th time in the Arena Bowl championship. And he said, I know we got to get this one. We lost 3 times. We know we got to get this one. And he lost 4 times. So let's hope the Saints maybe have something up their sleeve to prove to everybody out there that we can beat this team and move forward. Also, I think another thing we have to figure out with the Saints is, will they have another playoff letdown? Will they have another Minnesota miracle? Will they have where the Rams defender hits the wide receiver out of no pass interference call? Will another situation happen in New Orleans that alters their game to where they lose this game and they keep saying, oh well, we didn't make it because of this situation? Is that something that could happen, Dooley, in this game?
No, that can absolutely happen. Even though, to be honest, the Saints, they seem pretty well prepared and ready to go. You know what I mean? So you can't leave things like that out. I just doubt any of that will occur. I think Sean Payton has made these boys ready to go. You know what I mean? But I really didn't speak on the reason why they're going to lose. The reason why they're going to lose is simply for the fact that Mike Evans, Antonio Brown, Rob Gronkowski are going to be unguardable today. Godwin is going to be unguardable.
You sure about that?
I'm pretty sure.
I have a question. Do you know the stats of Marcus Lattimore against Mike Evans career-wise?
No, I don't. I'm sure Lattimore's done a great job.
It's shut down island over there. And not great, no, excellent job against Mike Evans. I think over 8 appearances, he's only given up maybe 2 catches.
Right.
Yeah. It's disrespectful what Marcus Lattimore does to Mike Evans.
Right. Now don't get me wrong. With all that being said, that's cute and all, except for the fact that they also have another 2 receivers that are just as good as Mike Evans.
I understand.
and Rob Gronkowski and AB. So Lattimore can't be everywhere. You know what I mean?
Understandable.
So, right. And I guarantee you the one moment he lags off of Mike Evans to guard AB or whoever, ta-da, Mike, we know what Mike Evans does, and I'm not going to lie. Lattimore, that's about all he can guard is Mike Evans and yes, he's great. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is, could you imagine Lattimore on Godwin or AB? I think they're too quick speed-wise.
I'd be very interested. The great thing about AB being added to the offense is that a lot of people, of course, looked at AB like, oh, he's going to be a troublemaker. He's going to mess up the team. He's going to do this, right? I think that was a lot of the beginning talks of AB coming back into the league and playing for the Bucs. But he's been nothing but a great teammate since day one, since he's been there. He's produced. And I'll be honest with you, man. We saw him score a touchdown last week against the Washington football team. Maybe this might be a 2-touchdown type of game for Tony Toe Tap. Maybe this might be the game where he might show everybody, look, y'all forgot about me, but look, I'm back, son. And with all the weapons that the Bucs have, Dooley, like you're saying, that's why it's just very easy for me to pick the Bucs because, and this is what I'm going to get at, there are no fans in the Superdome. That, to me, I feel like is the biggest factor with the Saints and them playing at home. They rely on their crowd the same way Seattle does with the 12th man. And if they are not able to get that extra oomph from their crowd, especially on the defensive side, I don't think it's going to get ugly. I don't think Tom Brady's going to blow anybody out, but maybe they might start looking around at each other in the third quarter on that same sideline and be like, oh, man, here we go again. So we'll have to wait and see. I think this is, like you said, Dooley, this might be the matchup of the weekend. Especially with it being the last game, I'm excited for that. I'm happy that it's not a 7:30 slot like it was last week, so I won't fall asleep because I'm old and whatnot. But after these games, we got conference championships. So, is there anything, Dooley, that you want to speak on before we get up out of here for today?
As far as all the games go, man, just good luck to the teams, everybody's team, let's make it a great day of football. There's a lot of teams that we're curious to see, hopefully all my picks come out correctly. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm hoping for first and foremost,
That's all I Dooley care about. My picks being right. That's all.
Exactly. Because we what people don't know is me, X, and Ish got a secret competition going on as far as who picks the correct picks and who does not. So it's pretty close right now. X 3-3, me and Ish are 4-2. Not that much better. So X has a chance to redeem
Oh, I'm about
himself.
to redeem myself this week. Oh, we about. I was gonna pick the Browns too. I was gonna throw that. I was gonna throw that wild card out there, but I don't trust it. I don't trust it that much. Now I don't mind losing that game. If the Browns win, I'll take that L. But I gotta go with that bad curly hair State Farm throwing touchdowns from his sidearm man.
Right.
I'm sorry, Patrick Mahomes. My bad.
Mahomes. Okay.
I was reading Randy. My bad. I was about to say Randy. My boy Randy says, "No way the Chiefs are looking past the Browns. No way Andy Reid lets that happen." I agree, but we've also seen Andy Reid have letdowns in the playoffs before, with not just the Chiefs, but also with the Eagles.
All the time.
But I will say this though: this is a different Andy Reid. This is finally a Andy Reid that's finally gotten over the hump. And I don't think people look at Andy Reid like they used to anymore. So, if they're able to go back to back, Andy Reid was already going to the Hall of Fame, period. But he wins back to back. He's walking in, no problems. But hey, man, Dooley, I know I keep saying I'm excited because these games this weekend, I think it sets us up for a very, very great conference championship game on both sides of the conference, and to see on the NFC side everything hopefully run through Lambeau, I think that's going to be very interesting as well.
Mm-hmm.
All right. With that being said, that'll do it for today's show. Of course, join us again next week. We'll have the dates out there for our recap show of the postseason games. And again, thank you as always. I'm going to put this last comment up for Randy. He says, look at his record off the bye. He is definitely correct on that one. That is also mainly regular season, not postseason. But I got you though, Randy. Again, we're going to have to wait and see. That's the best thing about sports. They don't play it on paper. They play it on the field, baby. And like I said, with that being said, the Sports Plug out with that man Dooley.
All right.